Good morning, y'all. Made my tea, got my butter, my pills, creatina. So, I actually woke up at 3 o'clock this morning, had an early morning insomnia, went to sleep at 11. I'm pretty wide awake right now. Probably gonna head to the gym right now. Oh yeah, guess what? My phone is back, so I'm pretty happy about that. When I turned on my phone, I got like 4 texts, no lie. So I'm not that popular. During this whole process of being away from my phone, it really helped me sort of strategize a little more. Recently in the pharmacy, I've been thinking a lot about leadership and stuff like that. Cause you always hear stories about, oh, I have this bad employee, they're not pulling their weight, complaints about the boss, whatever. It's pretty crazy because I've been in the pharmacy for so long that I've seen a lot of stuff, and I was coming to that point where I didn't think I was like actually learning anything, right? Recently, like having my phone away and stuff, it's really made me focus on a lot of different things, right? So I've been thinking a lot about leadership and how I am as a leader. I think like as an individual performer, I'm pretty good. And I'm not just trying to say that to be like, I'm a humble braggler, fuck that. But I would say as, in my pharmacy, I'm like the main top performer. But one of the things I've always struggled with was employees, because when you're at the top and you're trying to do your best and like people are underperforming, it just makes your pharmacy average, right? And I think one thing I've been not doing as a leader is setting the expectation not to be subpar, but to be better than everyone. And I think one of my things right now is that everything that I try, like whether I try to be understanding, talking to them and stuff, is not working. Actually, during the week of my phone breaking, what I did was I was listening to a lot of podcasts. I was listening to a Navy SEAL guy. I actually bought his book. His name is Jacob, Extreme Ownership. And I think it was very inspiring because like in the Navy SEALs, basically, or any sort of army, like branch in the military, right? You have to have leadership because it's not, from what I learned, it's not as simple as like, hey, you do this, and then they just mindlessly do it. You're telling people to, hey, I want you to go into that machine gun nest and take it out, and you might die. And I think being a true leader is instilling those why principles into people that you're leading. And one of the things that he talks about is extreme ownership. So that's the main concept of the book. And I think where I failed, right, as a leader and everything like that, is taking more responsibility rather than pointing, like you notice, like people who are bottom performers or people who always complain and stuff, they're always pointing fingers at people. They never accept the blame or anything like that. But ultimately, if you are in charge of a project, in charge of a pharmacy, in charge of anything, you're the ultimate person that's responsible. So for me, the reason why my pharmacy, it's performing very well, by the way, but the reason why, how come it's not better, is because of me. It's my fault as a leader and my responsibility to assemble a team and to carry those goals out as effortlessly as possible. Having said that, when you are talking to people that you work with, I think it's really important to showing that vulnerability and make that clear that you are responsible at the end of the day. You're not battling ego versus ego anymore, right? So it's not like, hey, you fucked up on this, like get your shit straight. No one's gonna wanna listen to you like that. You really have to throw your ego to the side and just be like, hey, you know what? Last week we didn't hit our numbers, and you know what? I messed up, I fucked up. But this is what I plan to do. Like, do you have any sort of things that you want to talk about? And it opens up it shifts the table because you're not letting ego get in the way. I think ego, a lot of time, it actually stops us from actually executing what we actually want. Yeah, those are some of my thoughts. I thought about that. I thought about how I want my life to be. Why do I have a six-pack? Well, it's because extreme ownership myself, right? And I have to think of ways. And I think keto actually was a huge shift in my life, actually, because for once in my life, like I felt like I was on track for a diet, and to this day, like it feels so effortless to me right now because I found a really happy medium between everything, right? So it's really like, even this morning, like I'm usually a fucking mess, but even this morning I was like breaking down my cardboard boxes from my packages, cleaning up my room. I ordered a few bookcases for everything, and I'm trying to make it look nice. And I think one of the things that really has been helping me is taking ownership of all the small details so that the ship and everything in my life runs smoothly. And also I've been thinking about like, hey, you know, I'm not thinking about settling down anytime soon, but I've been having a lot of negative thoughts about whether I'm going to be alone for the rest of my life and shit like that. It's quite depressing, but then I was starting to read this book and I was like, you know what? That is something I need to take ownership of. So like, I think right now it's like, hey, it's part about being a man, you know what I mean? Or being an alpha in your life. A lot of time, like, we're so fucking bitch made that it's so easy to point the finger at other people that you're not the problem. Oh, it's fucking traffic today. I think like if you're watching this video, you always have a choice and you're always ultimately responsible for anything, no matter what you say. Like any excuse that you give, it might not be your fault, but ultimately it's your responsibility, right? Like, yeah, we can't control traffic all the time, but we can control when we leave. I've really thought a lot about this recently. Thank you guys for actually watching my videos and stuff. I've been getting a lot more subscribers, not a lot more, like, but over the last like 2 weeks or so, I've actually gotten like maybe about 200, 300 more subscribers, so that's cool. I really, like I said, I love doing this. Thank you for watching. Like at the end of the day, I'm not holding a gun to your head and being like, fucking watch my videos, bitch. But I'm always very grateful for the people that do listen to what I say, and my videos aren't fucking entertaining, man. Like I'm like in a fucking kitchen, drinking my fucking tea and shit, and that's all I do. I just fucking talk all day. But guys, thank you again. Peace. Hopefully you can take charge of your life, motherfucker.
Once you finish, you can pay off your loans in like 2-3 years, no problem. You can save a bunch of money, buy my nice clothes, nice shoes, nice purses. Well, when you get out and you actually do get a job, I mean, yes, you're very excited, but